So back in the day, for whatever reason, I used to always do my work, my pieces on lined paper like this. And one of the cool things about it was that because this tends to be pretty cheap paper, the ink, which was a Prisma color, basically alcohol markers, the ink would bleed through onto the next page. And I'm not entirely sure why, but all of my originals went missing except for just a couple. And the only things I had left, which I still don't really understand, was the ink doubles, the bleed through pieces. But I kind of came across the idea that even though these aren't full pieces, maybe I could go ahead and basically redo these pieces, just tracing over the major elements and attempting to recreate them in some fashion. Although with different color schemes, just using the basic structure of the image. So I thought I would just kind of show you what weird little things that I had before. And a lot of it I'm not entirely sure exactly what it is. I have, an inkling. I'm pretty sure this is a sky of some sort with a moon and a brick wall here maybe with a door. But there's a lot of elements that I'm just not sure about, which kind of lends itself to being more creative with it. I can sort of choose what colors I want to insert instead of following the original template. Or I can follow the template and just kind of see what derivations I can put into it that would make it feel different than what the piece used to look like, but still capturing the same sort of essence. So these pieces, it was 2008 when I first made these pieces, and I just had it was a very creative year for me, a year of alcohol markers, as you can tell, and I really loved these Prisma colors. The color was so vibrant and so powerful that it just leaked right through, but it still left me with an indication of the sort of fantastic coloring that I had put onto the page from before. So it's not the whole piece in its entirety, but you can definitely see certain things poking through and certain images. Like for some reason I have this weird bird man right here. He's got like a beak, but then he's like kind of a superhero bird man. He's got some yellow gloves. So it's like I don't know why I drew this. It's a weird picture, but I figure I can use this for something. I can take these elements and make recreations of them with my new style. Some of these I think it went this way. But I love the colors that come through and just the very, powerful lines. They're very thick and colorful and strong. This one, I think this was a rock singer of some type. He kind of had a weird peacock sort of headdress, and there's a weird raven, big bird in the back. Some of these I'm just kind of fascinated. I wonder how they used to look. I don't really remember them, and I don't seem to have any pictures of the old pictures. So some of these I can just kind of guess what it was. Other ones it's a little bit more apparent. Like I think this was a cigarette. It's kind of got the fire on the end, and then some kind of a flower, but it sort of looks like there's maybe some aroma or poison coming out. I'm guessing from the cigarette. But then maybe there's the flowers emanating too, perhaps. Oh, and this one's just monkeys. It's got a bunch of monkeys in the background. I've always liked monkeys. So, some monkeys hiding behind some boxes. I like this. I don't know what this one's supposed to be, but it feels very like stained glass maybe. That's fun. Wow, I really like this one. I don't remember this one at all. I love this weird, like, twisting tunnel of colors. And this, like, almost graffiti up here. Like, I can't wait to try and remake some of these. Oh, this was like a, kind of like a yin and yang. It's like the sun and the moon. Something like that. This is a weird one too. Split face, two face maybe. Bipolar-ish. Oh, I like this one a lot. All these little flames. This is gonna be a fun one to remake. This like weird gravestone. I think this one was mostly just lines. I don't know if it can be seen, but there's actually some texture of some swirls. I pressed pretty hard, I guess, with the pen. I don't know which way this one goes. Maybe this way kind of looks like a flag, I think. Maybe a wine glass dripping down. I love these old negatives, I guess you could call them, because there's so much mystery embedded within the pictures. Oh, this one's obviously a cool snowman. He is the biz. And a strange table with a snow globe, maybe? Oh, a little car, like a 1950s feeling sort of car. DNA almost, strands back here. I don't know what this one was. This one's pretty abstract. I can't tell what that one was either. Kind of looks like an eye up here. Oh, I like this one. This one was a cool flower. It's like had a lot of color coming out of it. It was like planets in the background. Those alcohol markers are just so high quality. They brought a lot of pigment through. Oh, this is a cool one. It's like a strawberry that's leaking out of peace signs. Very, I guess you could say it's sort of Beatles inspired. I love the way the color shifts. Oh, and I guess I put seeds in too. I like these borders too. They're pretty interesting, different. Oh, this one, weird, like a big bracelet, like a bracelet with some shells or stones, like some kind of a Genesis or planet exploding, or like a light source or something. Oh, this one's gonna be a lot of fun when I get to it. It's like I remember this was like a sword with like a bunch of little symbols and like a castle. It's like a whole, like a lion right here. And then I don't know what this was. That's cool though. It's kind of like, I guess I had sort of a peace sign thing almost, like with a heart coming out of it. I think this was a cat. A couple of eyes. I guess I didn't really. Cat looks weird. I think it's a cat. Might have been a dog. Oh, this one's definitely a clock. You can see some numbers. It's weird. Like a shadow, but like, I don't know, kind of textured. guess this was just like it was the bleed through, I guess. This one's like a key, like keyholes. Kind of looks like a window back here, maybe. This one was, he's a character called Hammerstein. There's like a book that I wrote, sort of I would call it a rock opera, but it's just sort of song/poetry interweaved with some drawings. I did a bunch of these drawings for that store. I think there was about 13 pictures altogether. It's like a snow globe. So here are the pieces that I did in 2008 versus the remade pieces. This one's actually just a portion. I only used the top portion to do this part, and I combined it with this other piece because I really liked the look of that elevator, and I thought that it just really worked. This one, I really only kept the skull and the knife mostly, but I changed everything else. I wanted to, I don't know, like make it look more interesting, more fluid. This one I simplified a lot in its own way. I cut out the hanging section that I had in the original picture and just focused on the sunset or sunrise. In this picture, I really put a lot more detail into the background. I did keep the city on the bottom, though. I did like that portion. And for this one, I did keep a lot of the essence of the original picture. I still wanted to keep the weird storybook look to it, and I just really cut out maybe the outside more than anything else, and just kept a focus on the main portions of the picture. For this last one, I went ahead and kept it pretty similar. I really liked how the original looked with the wine bottles and the flaming VW bug, so I decided to keep that, and I just exemplified those more, added more interesting elements, I think, to it. Well, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll be getting back to doing some more videos soon. I have a board game video on the way for Dark Venture, and still working on a big art video to post up. And yeah, always some more Magic coming, I'm sure. I have some Star Wars cards coming, and I can't wait for those once again, and I'll be doing an unboxing for those. But thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you later.